let's take a stroll back to the beginning of the 20th century with the Russians.
Right, with the Russians. So their interpretation goes like this. Everybody was right. The state is crucial. We were right. We were the revolutionaries. We seized the state here in Russia. Now we have the state, and socialism is when the working class captures the state, either by reform or revolution, and then uses its power over the state to make the transition from capitalism to the better thing we're going toward. And again, make a long story short in the interest of time. What happens, which is not unusual in human history, is that the means becomes the end. In other words, Lenin, who's crystal clear before he doesn't live very long. He dies in 23, so he's only in power from 17 to 22. By that time, he has his brain trouble. And
not 1923, by the way, not at age 23.
Yeah.
People for listening.
1923. Right, he's only there for 4 or 5 years. He's very clear. He even says, and I've done work on that, I've published, so I know this stuff. He says in a famous speech, "Let's not fool ourselves. We have captured the state, but we don't have socialism. We have to create that. We have to move towards that." With Stalin, Lenin dies, and there's a fight between Stalin and Trotsky. Trotsky loses the fight. He's exiled. He goes to Mexico. Stalin is now alone in power and does all the things he's famous or infamous for. And by the end of the 20s, Stalin makes a decision. I mean, not him. It's not that he makes it alone, but things have evolved in Russia so that they do the following. They declare that they are socialism. In other words, socialism becomes when you capture the state, not when the state capture has enabled you to do X, Y, Z other things. No. The state itself, once you have it, is socialism.
So when a socialist captures the state, that's socialism.
Exactly. And that's exactly right. And
I feel like that's definitionally confusing.
Well, it shouldn't be, because I'll give you an example.
Yeah.
If you go to many parts of the United States today and you ask people, what's socialism? They'll look you right in the face and they'll say, the post office. And when I first heard this as a young man, what? The post office. It took me a while to understand. The post office, Amtrak, the Tennessee Valley, all the examples in the United States where the government runs something. This is socialism. See, capitalism is if the government doesn't run it. If a private individual who's not a government official runs it, well, then it's capitalism. If the government takes it, then it's socialism.
So what is wrong with that reasoning? So the idea, I think...
Well, there's nothing wrong with it. It's a way of looking at the world. It's just got nothing to do with Marx.